On this episode of Real Housewives of Special Forces,
is that everyone can talk shit, but I know for a fact they wouldn't say it to your face.
Shut your mouth. I'm not going to shut my mouth.
I can't wait till when Brent talks and there's nothing there, and you guys jerked off about it for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks to get on his show, and then he doesn't fucking say anything about it, and it just goes on. Tyler doesn't get arrested, indicted.
This is a continuation of vet bro drama that just keeps getting better and better as time goes on. And that is because it involves Tim Kennedy, Rob O'Neill, and a vet bro podcast that's fallen apart, which includes Brant Tucker. Let's say this, if you have not seen the last video, go check it out. It's the downfall breakup of Brant Tucker and Tyler, the host of that, and how that all came about. But I have had a source that is familiar and intimate with this situation that has actually shown me some of the documents, and I have them here to kind of go over and talk about. Now, it was only fair to maybe make some correlation that because of this investigation of what could have happened and Brant Tucker leaving and the whole fallout and no one's really saying anything, being very hush-hush, that they were due to these allegations.
I'll give them juiciness if, they want like it's entertainment. It really is. It's transparent and entertainment. I'm sorry that every single detail that some people think that they have to know or they have a right to know is not going to be told right now. It's literally the dumbest thing in the world. But
now, from that clip, it is fair to say Tyler is very aware of these allegations, of the reports I'm about to talk about, and even his new co-host that replaced the former host, Brant Tucker, which was the special operations guy, essentially said this.
I just keep reading the comments, dude.
What is it?
It can't be an amicable split because Brent hasn't. There's so many fucking pussies that have to have give me a minute.
Yeah. All right.
You guys are fucking pussies, dude. You are the type of people that want to fight with your wife, fight with everybody, want to argue. You're probably miserable to fucking work with. You have to have drama in your life. If there's not drama, if you're not arguing, if you're not doing something negative, then you can't function. I can't wait till when Brent talks and there's nothing there, and you guys jerked off about it for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks to get on his show, and then he doesn't fucking say anything about it, and it just goes on. Tyler doesn't get arrested, indicted, whatever you guys think is coming. I can't wait until it's just back to fucking dudes talking about cool shit and fucking guns and cop shit and breaking down videos, and all you fucking morons will have nothing else to talk about.
Good, Anakin.
I can't
Good.
wait. I can't wait.
Let the hate flow through you.
You know what? I've been waiting 23 years to be able to ramble, say whatever the fuck I want. So suck my dick. That's what I got to say.
So yeah, that is the new co-host that has replaced Brent, Cop Bill that he goes by. And he has essentially said, there is nothing. It's going to be a nothing burger. And I'm going to go over some of those documents that he says he will not be charged with because these are the allegations that are being put forth. Here is a incident report out of Ocala, Florida, which you can see the offense description says battery domestic, which includes a person, a female that is about 5'1" and 160 pounds. And then below that is the suspect, which shows Tyler James Hoover, white male that's there. And below that says narrative synopsis, a male was alleged to have been physically abusive towards his ex-wife. Now, the reason this is all a thing, right, is because we're trying to compare apples to apples. We have to go back to Tim Kennedy because the Anti-Hero podcast, when Brent was on there, was essentially like, oh, we're going to expose all the Green Beret people, including people like John McPhee, where it's like, oh, he was abusive. Yet now we're like, did Brent leave because of this thing here, the hypocrisy that people are seeing here? Because, by the way, I did out those documents from Valhalla VTF that were essentially like, these were not FOIA documents. The document I'm showing you here was not FOIA. By the way, I tried to get the FOIA documents. I can provide those emails, but it was not from this county, so I wasn't able to find them. But I have these now, and someone has submitted them. So, and I just want to show that the reported agency date was June 30th of 2025. So this would have been like kind of around the peak Tim Kennedy stuff that was going on. So it's like you're going on your podcast talking about domestic violence stuff and how bad these people are and John McPhee and all these things. But then this is happening simultaneously in the background. This is a police report which says, Sergeant Dice provided me the initial report from Orange County as well as a video recording of the interview conducted by Orange County with the victim. The victim provided a drawing of the incident location when interviewed, which was also provided to me by Sergeant Dice. The report is brief but states the victim alleged the suspect, Tyler Hoover, were dating from 2017 to 2020 when they married. The victim advised the marriage lasted until January 2024. The victim advised the suspect was extremely mentally and physically abusive as well as financially abusive. The victim alleged incidents which occurred at the residence of that place. So we're getting like secondhand information from this document that we're talking about. We're going to talk about that after I read everything that's here. Now, it says that this is a follow-up to that, and this was on July 3rd, 2025 at 10 a.m. And it says on 7/2/25 that this person reviewed the documents in the interview from the Orange County and reviewed the documents from that sheriff's office. And it says the victim was at the interview for incident of possible prostitution solicitation by the suspect, Tyler Hoover, as well, an anonymous tip related to her. The victim advised she had screenshots of the interactions. The victim advised this did not occur in Marion County. The victim advised she met the suspect initially while working for the Volusia County Sheriff's Office in 2017 and dated until approximately 2020 when they got married. The victim advised the two parties were married until January of 2024. When a divorce was finalized, the victim advised the suspect left Volusia County in 2019 and she left in 2020. The victim advised initially the suspect was extremely abusive physically, and after marriage, he was financially and emotionally abusive. The victim stated she never reported any abuse incidents in the past due to fear of backlash from employment/coworkers as well as the suspect. The victim advised on two separate occasions in Florida the suspect choked her. In the first incident, the suspect walked behind her and began to choke her, resulting in near blackout. The victim advised she went directly to her mother's house after and never reported the incident to law enforcement after. The victim advised her mother wanted to call law enforcement on her behalf. However, the victim did not wish for it at the time, and the mother respected her wish. The victim advised this occurred in the spring of 2020. In the incident, the suspect began to choke her, to which the victim was worried the suspect would follow through until she was unconscious. The victim advised she was able to get away and left the area without any shoes or her car keys. The victim advised her mother was able to help her and again did not report to law enforcement. The victim advised this occurred within weeks of the first incident. It then goes on to say the victim advised the suspect would keep her in one area of the house, whether that be the bed or a small room, and verbally berate her for hours, keeping her up late at night. The victim advised when she left Volusia County, she was then going back to school and therefore did not work. The victim advised there were some part-time jobs she would look for, but it would upset the suspect. The victim advised she wanted to leave the house, but she would not be allowed and had to depend on his income for anything. And then we see another document here, which is from the 7th of July. And they say that while assisting the domestic violence unit of the Marion County Sheriff's Office, I made contact with the victim and using the provided phone number. The victim confirmed she was in Salt Springs with the suspect, Tyler James Hoover, and got into an argument, but she does not recall what it was over. The victim confirmed she was then grabbed by her shirt and thrown over the couch in the living room, which resulted in her hitting a bookshelf. The victim confirmed she got up and left the front door, grabbing a landline phone on the way out of the residence. The victim confirmed she was on the front porch when the suspect kicked or pushed her off the porch, resulting in scrapes and bruises. The victim confirmed the suspect mocked her when she was on the floor and stated that he would kill the victim if she called law enforcement. The victim confirmed she was chased by the suspect and later called her mother to pick her up and then calm the suspect down. So first off, we're going to talk about how there's prostitution involved in this that she has proof of. And secondly, the things of DV going on and kind of this. We have to understand this is an incident. Someone said this happened. These are not actual, like, he has been convicted of these things. I have to be fair. I'm not going to paint these as fact to you. This is one person that has had several investigations or interviews about this specific instance or instances and essentially has made complaints against Tyler Hoover. Now, what is really interesting is the fact that we go back, Brant Tucker left the podcast around this time or right after this. And it's like, is this the reason why? No one's really explaining it. And here we are. And what's interesting about everyone being able to talk crap is a lot of the branding of Antihero podcasts and some of the top viewed videos that were on there were kind of the corrections of the Greenberry community and holding accountability. But now we're seeing that they are essentially saying they don't want anything to do with that.
I'm going to fucking fight in the comments. We brought the drama. Motherfucker, I've been here 2 weeks. I didn't bring any drama. I didn't bring any drama. Brent might have brought drama. Tyler might have brought drama. That show was drama. I didn't bring any drama.
That's a fair point.
I was the fucking fill-in when nobody else was here.
I do think we should hear from Brent. I think that's the person we need to hear from because I do want to say I have reached out to Tyler about this, the owner, and the other host that was or that is still on, because what we're looking at is the observation of people that were criticizing people over documents just like this that were like, he was a bad person. And then it's like, now we're like, I'm not trying to say he's a bad person. I'm trying to say, allegedly people are saying Tyler's not a great guy. But it's tough to say that when you're also calling people out for not being a great guy.